Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm Jessica and I am just keeping it real. How y'all doing? How y'all been? What's going on? How are you feeling? If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching your girl. If you are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Listen, do y'all hear those birds? Those birds are singing. It is Monday morning, May 10th. Oops, not May, June 10th, right? This time goes by so fast, right? It is June 10th, Monday morning, and them birds are out there singing. They are singing. I don't know if they're hungry or what's going on, but they are, from what my perspective, they having a good time. That's just like music to my ears. And you know what? It's also part of something that helps me with my wellness and my well-being. I love hearing the birds. Now, maybe years ago, probably would have annoyed me. But when you are on a journey to peace and wellness and well-being, sounds like this, man, that is music to your ears. It's calming, it's peaceful, especially with all the things that are going on in this world today. You just want some type of music, whether it's the birds singing or the music that you playing on your playlist. You want something that is sounds good. You want something that rings good into your ears, right? It gives you like this not overwhelming, but this feeling of just like, whoo, that's peaceful. That's good. I can hear that. It's making me feel good. And that's where we want to be. We want to be well. We want peace of mind. We want self-care. But most importantly, what we need to make sure that we are doing is having self-love, loving ourselves, putting ourselves first, putting ourselves number one in our lives, filling our cup, making sure that our cup is overflowing. It is not empty. It's not dry. It's not stale. And here we are still trying to help people, trying to pull from ourselves to help somebody else fill their cup when ourselves, we are just overwhelmed, right? We are just doing too much for others and not doing too much for ourselves, in which we need to do. So that's what needs to happen with us. I am encouraging you to get on a wellness journey. Find something that is going to make you feel whole. That's going to make you feel good. That's going to entertain you. That's going to make you feel well. Something that's not toxic. Something that's not negative. Something that's not draining. Something that's not pulling you down. Something that's not helping you be your overall good self. Find something that works for you and stay away from those things that are draining you, that are pulling you down, keeping your cup dry, empty, right? And not full. We all have to fill our cups, right? We have things that we want to do in life. We have goals and things that we want to achieve. But guess what? We can't do those things if we're constantly around negativity. If we're watching negativity, right? Like, listen, nothing wrong with a little gossip here and there, but sometimes we got to pull back on that and not make sure that it doesn't absorb within us, that energy doesn't absorb within us and bring us down and keep us down. Now, I understand about having sympathy for others. I understand about having empathy for others. Many of us are empaths, right? So we feel other people's pain. We cry when they are crying. We want to help out. But as an empath, you have to make sure that you keep your boundaries, right? Because you have to protect yourself, because you can get drained. You can get energy drained from always trying to be the go-to person. You cannot be the go-to person all the time, sis. You're going to have to step back and take care of yourself and find groups and people who are on the same mode, right, of wellness and well-being, who are taking care of themselves, but they are still able to come in and help take care of others, right? We reaching out and we taking care of others. We speaking positivity and goodness within others. And I know this doesn't happen all the time in friend groups. We've seen on the news how people, they with friends who, or people they think are their friends, and look what happens to them, unfortunately, right? There's so many stories in regards to that. So it can be a little difficult, to tackle that, to understand and know, like, who is really there for me? Who's there for me? And see, when we have to ask ourselves that question, we better make sure that we are there for ourselves. Because I'm going to tell you, there's a saying that I go by that says, if there's no enemy within, meaning if I'm not being negative to myself or downgrading to myself or talking down to myself, if there's no enemy within me, the enemy that's coming on the outside, because they do come, unfortunately, it can do us no harm because we know who we are within. We've worked to build ourselves up to be that person of positivity for ourselves, right? We create our own happiness. We create what we want in our lives. We can do this. All right, y'all. If you are loving what you are hearing so far, as I am talking about wellness, go to my podcast, Bags of Wellness. I do a deeper dive, honey. We get deep into the wellness. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm also on Spotify. And I am on Podbean with 102 downloads. Listen, wellness is the new bag. It's where it's at. Let's go ahead and get back into this video. But societal norms have us believing that we have to have a whole bunch of friends, right, in order to feel validated, right? We got to have this and that to feel validated. We have to validate ourselves, love ourselves, understand who we are. Listen, this ain't an easy journey, right? It is not an easy journey. I get it. I've been on it. And it's been probably a good 7 or 8 years that I'm coming to this realization of who I really am and what I want in my life and what I want and the people that I want in my life, the people I don't want in my life. And I'm okay with that. It's people who I thought that at one point in time, like, yeah, we gonna be in each other's lives forever. And as you get older and you start growing, you go to seeing, child, that's not it. Such and such is not it. And that's okay because we're supposed to grow. We're supposed to grow, right? And we're going to grow apart. We're not going to have the same mindset. We're not going to have the same interests anymore. That's fine. It's a pain, but it's fine, right? It's okay. And acceptance of that is a tough pill to swallow. When we can start accepting things and accepting people for who and what they are and have it not bother us, that's acceptance. That's peace, right? That's wellness. That's self-care. That's self-love. It's like, oh, okay, well, such and such is doing this, such and such is doing that. I'm not going to stop them. I can't control it. I got other things going on in my life that are more important, right? So if you are this person, you having some doubts, you feeling some kind of way, you're not feeling right. You kind of like what's going on, right? Why am I'm feeling this way? It's probably because you're growing. Right? Growth is not comfortable at times. Growth is not comfortable. You could be growing out of something. You could be outgrowing people, right? That is what could be happening to you. So sit back, take some notes, right? Take some mental notes. Sit back one day, one weekend, and write some things out about how you're feeling. Write your feelings down. And if you have a person that you trust, or some person you can discuss what you've written down with, go ahead and do it. Get that out. Somebody you like them, you know them, you trust them, you know they're not going to judge you. And that's a big thing. I understand constructive criticism and or feedback. I get that. Right. But there's some people who will judge you just for growing, just for doing things better for yourself, right? So those are some of the people that we got to weed out, right? It's a journey, right? It's a process. I've been there. I'm getting better at it. I'm learning to enjoy and love things that I wouldn't normally love and enjoy, and it's peaceful for me. I feel good about myself. I don't care about what other people think, what they're going to say, or anything like that. I no longer care. And I know that may sound funny or, a different kind of way, but it is what it is. I'll talk to you all soon. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And have a good one. Peace.